Are you accidentally losing sales and driving away customers without even realizing it? Over the past 10 years, I've reviewed thousands of websites, ads, landing pages, and marketing campaigns. And guess what? I keep seeing the same expensive mistakes over and over again, and they're killing sales. Today, 3 brave businesses are stepping into the hot seat. I'll break down exactly what's going wrong with their marketing and show you how to fix it so you don't make the same mistakes. Whether you're running ads that no one clicks on, have a website that confuses visitors, or your social media posts are only getting 1 like and it's from your mom, thanks mom, you're going to want to stick around. These roasts are actionable, eye-opening, and could save you thousands of dollars. So let's jump into our first contestant, and trust me, this is a mistake you definitely want to avoid. All right, so the first place that we're taking a look at is AC HVAC, and this company's goal is to become the #1 ranked air conditioning company in the Charleston area. Now, what I love about what this website and what this business is doing is that they've got a lot of things going very, very well. Like, there's some incredibly valuable things that are taking place here that I really want to point out before we start diving into all the things that we want to fix. So first and foremost, we've got this incredibly important phone number at the top right. Believe it or not, most local businesses, most customers that want to do business with a local business, they want to call them. They want to have a conversation and speak with them directly. So we always try to put that phone number front and center. We want it top right. Ideally, I would put it down here as well, below the special offers and financing buttons, so that it was even more apparent and more evident. The thing that I really want you to remember here, whether it's for this business or for any other business that you're trying to apply these strategies to, is you want to think about what is the main way that my customers want to engage and do business with me. And then we want to make sure that we facilitate that. We make it as easy for them as possible. So if most people want a phone call, we make sure we put the phone call front and center, or the phone number. If most of them want to fill out a form, we put the form there. If most of them want a chat widget, we put the chat widget. Now, this doesn't mean that you only need one way to contact you. It just means that we make the primary way as evident and as clear as possible. So that's what's going well. Other things that are going decently well are, we have a half decent background image here. I like it. I think it's clean, it's fine. The text is easy enough to read. As a general rule, this is something that we pretty much always split test, but as a general rule, if we're dealing with a market that's like 35 years and older, we'll use black text or dark text on a light background. If we're dealing with a market that's 35 years and younger, we'll typically use white text on a darker background, which is what we're doing here. My guess, because I don't have the target market or the demographic details, but predominantly homeowners for anything residential, business owners, just by the nature of this demographic, we're going to be dealing with sort of an older demographic, probably at least 30 up, probably 35, especially things that are going to require like large HVAC maintenance things and commercial, industrial type of stuff. So something to consider. Join our team, now hiring. Looks good. Most people won't know to click that as well though, so that's good. Also keep in mind, we want to have like one really singular, clear call to action with what we're doing. Oh, I'm sorry, we're diving into the roast already. I said I was going to be more complimentary and give you some more stuff of what's going on, right? I just can't help myself. I like the layout. I think it's clean. I like the colors. I like the simple navigation. This is all good. I like the branding. Side note, a truck wrap or a car wrap, basically putting your branding on your vehicle, is one of the most cost-effective, most efficient forms of local business marketing that's available. That's it. As a digital marketer, as somebody who lives and dies in this online world, if I had a local business, I would be wrapping every single car that I had. I'd have my logo on it. I'd have my phone number. I'd make it as easy as possible for people to see me again and again and again. This comes down to the psychological principle known as the mere exposure effect. And the mere exposure effect essentially states that the more often that we see something, the more that we like it, the more that we trust it, the more likely we are to buy from it. So you want all of those exposures. And then of course, make sure to drive well. Go slow in school zones, stop at stop signs, let people go past, it's branding. These are good. I like that you have them. We're going to talk more about that later. Photo's good. Looks a little bit stock. I'm not sure if that's actually one of your people. I'm not overly big on stock photos because they tend to look kind of like that. This is good. All the colors, all the stuff. Okay, so let's start roasting. Couple things that we need to do. First of which is that the main thing that we want to do is appear to become the #1 company, HVAC, for our town and that. So we need to make sure that that text is somewhere here, right? I'm not seeing it. It's probably here in contact us. No, it's not. Craziness. Where's the city name, right? Why isn't it there? We need to make sure that it's there. You do some really good things here, right? By having these local areas all listed. I love that I can click into links. This is perfect. We've got a map. Like someone clearly knows what they're doing when they design this website. Like this is designed for SEO, search engine optimization. We have the location pages. They've got the Google Maps embedded. This is exactly what I would do. So this is all good. However, the main city that we want to rank for, I believe, is Charleston. And it's not there. I'm going to confirm that in a second. Yeah, Charleston. We'll come to my Google search in a second. So that one should be fully fleshed out. It should link back to the homepage. It should link to a page that it is going to correspond with local information. All of those things. I love that you have it. We just need more. This is good. That's good. I like this. I didn't dive into your citations, but for any business, again, local business, there's something called a NAP that we have to pay attention to. Name, address, phone number. In fact, let's write this out right now, because this is worth remembering. All right, so we'll hop into the whiteboard of truth and justice, and we'll write down NAP, which is name, address, and phone number. Now, what is important is that these are the same and they're consistent across all platforms and all channels. So if we're looking at this contact page, you'll see down here we've got like 1943 Belgrade Ave, comma, Suite 1, Charleston, South Carolina, zip code, phone number. This is the part that I probably need you to pay the most attention to, which is 1943 Belgrade. Who knows? Suite 1. You do not want to write this as like STE1 or building 1 or anything like that. Like everywhere that it's going to be has to be written like this. Otherwise, what ends up happening is we start losing some of that ranking juice, some of that that thing that's going to enable us to appear higher in the search engine rankings. So that's good. Let's come back here to the old homepage. This to me is where I think we have the biggest opportunity. And then we're going to look into like the actual search engine opportunity for what we actually have to do in order to appear number 1. So this to me is not a very compelling, unique selling proposition, USP. Honest prices and superior service. You could take this and you could put it on literally any business ever, and they would be like, yeah, that's us. Which means we're wasting space and we're confusing people for no reason. Looking for a second opinion, that's fine if that's the main thing that you're offering. So if you're trying to break into established businesses already, which I assume based on how long you've been around and the age of the city and that, cool, I like it. I think it's fine. Looking for a second opinion, we'll give you an honest one for free. I think we could build it out a little bit more. Like, first of all, is this really what they're looking for? If it is, then like, what's the benefit of your second opinion? Like, we'll use data or spec sheets or competitor analysis or like what makes this second opinion so incredibly valuable? And like, why should I trust you anyway? Then we've got a second offer right there. 10% off all repairs with purchase of any maintenance agreement. Is this really that valuable to them? Like, do they really care? It's funny because it's like when I read this, and again, this is just my personal opinion, less of a marketing opinion, more of like a personal opinion. When I see this, the last thing that I want to do when I buy something is like automatically start thinking of repairs and all the things that are going to go wrong to it. So what I'd rather do is like fully guaranteed or free service for this, or like what is the thing that's going to instill confidence in me to actually go out there and to want to purchase. Special offers, financing, I guess. Ask you a question that you can't answer because this is a video. But is the main thing that we want them to do to click special offers and financing, or is the main thing that we want them to do to call you and to have a phone call and to have a conversation and to like actually speak to someone? Because if so, call us today, call us about the special offer, do this thing. Like that's the call to action button that I want to put there. All right, air conditioning, heating, HVAC, that's all good. This is fine. Images are fine. See, this is not stock. Obviously, we have a picture of the truck. I mean, there's some basic photo editing that I might do to this one just to make it like a little cleaner and a little punchier. Again, I'm not big on the stock photo, 24/7 emergency. This is good. Financing options, family owned for 50 years. Like that to me probably comes up here. I know we say locally owned and operated since 1970. I might go something that's like Charleston's most trusted name in air conditioning, family owned and operated since 1970, over 50 years of trusted service with hundreds/thousands of happy customer reviews, which we're going to get to in just a second. All right, next problems. The Navigation up here. This is a mess. I don't know why we need all of this here. Like, do we need commercial and Train products and Mitsubishi and all of that, even though it's just a PDF? Like, I'm not sure that helps us particularly. We're basically giving advertising to Train and to Mitsubishi, which a customer may or may not buy from you. So we're just wasting space there. If anything, we could consolidate these under like brands we carry and then just have a drop down just to clean this up. Specials, financing, I guess so. Is there something else for specials, or is this the same? Because if so, like, do we need a drop down for that? Or could we just put this all on the same page? This is fine. I'd rather have one really good one though, than a whole bunch of these different ones, because they kind of get a little bit confusing. It'd be interesting if you were to check your Google Analytics and see, like, are people actually even clicking on these or using them? And if they are, which one is getting the most traction? And then we go with that. There's something that I live and die by called the rule of one. And it's basically, we want like one offer, one target market, one funnel, one whatever. Again, let's think about Pareto's principle, the 80-20 rule. 20% of the offers and the things that you have are likely responsible for 80% of your business. So ideally, I just want to go in there and start trimming things. Trim the fat. Get rid of all the stuff that's not getting clicks, not getting views. Simplify things for the customers. Okay, let's move on though, because here's the area that I believe is, outside of the website, the biggest area of opportunity. Now, I've used something called a VPN, which allows me to take my computer and virtually put it anywhere in the world. The closest one I could find was in North Carolina, but I figured that's good enough. So I put air conditioning, Charleston, SC. This is what came up. First of all, we have 2 sponsored Google ads here. Then we have this Google Map Pack here. Then we have the organic rankings here. Now, very, very good news and very, very bad news all at the same time. The very, very good news. Check this out. Number 1, organic. That's amazing. That's really, really good. High fives all around. Everybody should be celebrating. The bad news. We are not represented here under the Google Ads. We are not represented here in what is my favorite place to be, which is the Google Map Pack. Because this is where people will type in like air conditioning near me and local air conditioning Charleston and air conditioning repair and things like that. We need to be here. Now, the beauty is showing up in this Google Map Pack comes down to just a few very simple things. So to show up in this Google Map Pack, again, for quick review, when we're looking at Google and our search, we've got ads up here. We have Map Pack here. Then we have organic rankings here. You're already here with one. But like, this just means that we're missing out on 2/3 of the potential traffic that we could get. The ads, relatively straightforward to run. We just run them through Google Ads, set up a simple campaign. At the very least, you'd want to run them for your brand name directly so you would appear. At better, you would actually use like relevant keywords like air conditioning and Charleston and South Carolina and all of that. But the Map Pack, that's where I want to focus on. How do you rank higher in the Map Pack? It comes down to a few different things. Citations, which is fancy marketer talk for backlinks. Again, remember the NAP, name, address, phone number. That's building these things out and making sure that you're well represented everywhere. The next is profile completion. I'm just going to say profile optimization. This just means going into your Google business profile, making sure you've got pictures and the hours are in there. It's regularly updated. You're just doing all the things that Google wants you to do. And after that, reviews. Need more reviews. These are the 3 things. If you get more reviews, so let's hop back over to our page here, and you look at the people that are ranking highest. So Holy City Heating, M&B Heating and Air, Carolina Climate Control. Like the top one is 648 ratings, 4.9 stars, right? All of these here. Look at all that, right? The one right below, 4.9 stars, 576 ratings. Carolina Climate Control, 892 ratings. To get into that Map Pack, we're going to need an equal or greater number of reviews to show up there. Now, we don't want to get these all overnight because that's going to look spammy and fake. Even if they're legit, it's still going to be a weird signal to Google. So we're going to want to start slowly collecting them. And by slowly, I mean quickly, but not ridiculously quickly. So at the rate of like 5 to 10 a day. If we can reach out to previous customers. We can start asking customers every time that we do a job if they would leave us a review. But like, we need these things, and we need them badly, because if we can start running some Google ads and we can start optimizing our profile around all of this and ensuring that we're getting enough reviews and ratings, there's no reason that we can't start bumping some of those other businesses out and start taking over that top spot. Bit of a side note here, this video is not sponsored, but I do have software that I use and love that allows me to go out there and get the reviews and get the ratings and optimize all the landing pages and essentially everything that I use to create marketing campaigns. I'm going to make sure is available to you. I've got access to an extended 30-day free trial, as well as giving you access to all of my marketing systems and templates and websites and funnels, all of that and more. There'll be a link down in the descriptions below if you'd like to check it out. All right, so the time has come for us to take a look at our second business here. This is Easy Bee Gardening Services. And there is a lot that I like about the idea of it. And then of course, a lot to be desired about the marketing, but that's why we're here. We're here to fix and to have fun and things like that. A couple things I like before we dive in. I like the image. I think it's clear, it's clever. It shows exactly kind of like what can be expected. I would probably have more. I'd probably have a different format of it, maybe like a landscape version that I could put up here as well. But for a start, not bad. Now is where the true roasting begins though, because full disclosure, this took me a long time to understand what exactly you do and who it's for. I got a couple things, like it's in Berlin, so that's good. This is okay. So it's for people with small gardens and balconies in Berlin, but I don't understand what it is. I don't understand why it's important. I don't understand why I should care. And I don't understand what I'm going to get, both features and benefits. Like, are you building me a garden? Are you going to come over and tend all my garden? Are you going to do special this or that, or plant it or design it? Or are you going to do all the above? If so, why would I need that? Like, the whole thing was a little bit confusing to me. The name I think is cool, but I would see about, like, can we capitalize it a little bit to make it easier? Do we want to go like EASY and then BEE, gardening services? Something like this just makes it a little bit easier to see and to read. For busy people with small gardens, I think is too generic and too big. I mean, first of all, we're in Berlin, so I'd make sure that that was up here somewhere as well. But like, even if we weren't in Berlin and we were doing this all around the world, I might focus on balconies, or micro gardens, or like, what is the niche that we can really go after and dominate? What's your area of expertise? What's the thing that you really want to do? So what needs to happen here is, before we start looking through all this, because I'm going to have to make a lot of assumptions because I just don't understand who exactly it's for and what's happening. So we need to get clear on the marketing master plan. So in fact, let's bust that out right now so we can work through that together, because every business needs to go through these steps in order to clearly articulate what they're doing and who they're doing it for. Starting with model. Step one of the marketing master plan. What is it that you sell? What is your main offer? I know you can do a lot of things. I saw some consulting and some setup and some design. Is it a package? It's like, if you could just do one thing and you were able to get the greatest results for your ideal kind of customer, what is it? So I'm going to just assume, I'm going to say like balcony, garden, design, or setup. So that could be our model. Feel free to change this. Next, market. If that's what we do, who do we do it for? Who is our ICA, our ideal customer avatar? We need to be crystal clear on this. Typically, it comes down into three different things: demographic, geographic, psychographic. So demographic, what age, right? Gender, income, occupation. Geographic, in this case, is Berlin. So that part's easy. Psychographic. Well, we know they're busy, but like, everyone's busy. So are they professionals? Are they this and that? Are they looking to get food out of their garden? Are they looking for it as a hobby? Are they looking to just beautify their space? Like, there's got to be something there that's more than just busy people. Next, market message. Step 3, pains and problems. I'm going to say pains and gains. I sometimes call this miseries and miracles. So what are all of their pains, problems, fears, frustrations? That's their miseries. What are all their goals, their dreams, their wants, their desires? That's their miracles. What is it? Why do they want this? Why is this important to them? Why is this something that they should be considering if they haven't already? Media. Where are they present and active online? We go there, we ignore everything else. If I had to guess for the gardening space, I'd say probably like Instagram is going to be an amazing spot to be. I might actually look at Pinterest. And if you're up for it, it's hard to not like suggesting YouTube for most businesses most of the time, even if we're sticking with short form content. But like Instagram is probably a slam dunk, and Pinterest next. I just realized how sloppy my writing is. We're on the clock here. 5, machine. What's our funnel? Just like we looked at previously with the air conditioning, what exactly do we want people to do? And how are we going to guide them through the process? What are the step-by-step actions that we want them to take? So let's hop back into our thing here, because it looks like our main offer is this book a free online consultation, which for the record is a very high ask for you to make to someone, because we're not giving away a guide. We're not giving away information. We're not giving them something that they can consume on their own time. We're asking them to book a time on their calendars, to show up, to actually sit through something that may be fun or may be incredibly awkward for them, and is possibly also a sales call in disguise. So like, that's a tough ask to make. In fact, it might even be easier, and sometimes we'll test this out, with like book an initial consultation for the discounted rate of 10 euros or $20 or whatever it is. Because when they pay something, it immediately alleviates the stress that they're going to be sold something. They feel like they're actually getting something for this, and you'll attract a more qualified person. That may not be the best plan. I'd probably rather get them to consume more content first. But regardless, let's keep going. So it helps you relax, all of this without the hard work. Bespoke gardening services. Again, this is great because I know it's custom, but like how? This is good, but I would say I would just reformat this to be like, is this you? Perfect. Help you relax, a low maintenance gardening. I still don't get it, right? Like this is the benefits-ish of it, but like how do you come in and do this? Garden work. I see it a little bit, but I still don't get like that clear step-by-step path. Read the Google reviews. I haven't done that yet. Let's do that now. Your busy bee in Berlin. This is good. I mean, this is amazing, right? Like the fact that you've got a featured article here, I would put that somewhere near the top as well for some more kinds of social proof. So it's like, why should I care? Why you? Why now? This is cool. I really like this. So like, I don't mind listing this, but what's in it for me? So one of the biggest opportunities we have with writing about ourselves is writing about ourselves so that other people will actually care. Like nobody cares that we have an art degree. They care about what we're going to be able to do with it. So it's like, as someone that's passionate in design and this and that, I take everything that I've learned from all of my degrees and training in that, and I use it to help you get your vision out. You're the designer, you're the architect. I can come with ideas, I can come with inspiration, but like I help you build and you create that balcony that you love sitting in, that fuels you, that feeds you both metaphorically and physically, that does all of these amazing things, that allows you to have the natural world as part of your cooped up downtown apartment, whatever it is. Okay, perfect. I like that we've got reviews. I would like more if we can. 2 is okay. There's typically, like what we'll normally do on a website or a landing page with reviews is we'll have 3 really long ones, 5 medium ones, or 7 short ones. General rule of thumb. So these are short. So I would want like 7. Send your message. Okay, maybe. Are people actually filling it out though and completing it all? Because if not, like again, we've got to think back to what is the one thing that we want them to do. Let's click there as well. So ratings are good. I'm going to switch it. No spreken Sie Dutch. Nein spreken Sie Dutch. So we'll switch it to English. So this is good. Looks like that's okay. Easy Bee Berlin is 1 word. That's the business name. That's tricky. Again, if I had my way, I'd make it something like this. And again, if you remember back to just a few minutes ago, we're going to have to look at our NAP, name, address, phone number. But if we're just getting started with all this, we might be able to get it in there. Oh, look at that. I've still got my VPN from South Carolina. All good. Okay. So let's come back here. Free consultation. I'll go to English real quick. That's cool. I might have more pictures again of like the final state. In fact, let's come back to the website again. If this is our logo, I mean, there's a couple things with the website that we probably just want to tweak and adjust just from like a color and design perspective. The best thing to do here is to start looking at like competitors, alternative kind of gardening websites. I'm going to pull something up for you in just a second. But like I would change the logo to make it possibly just a text font version of it. This is cool. I like that we have the languages. Probably leave that there. This should be that hero shot. So I want something that is like the desired end state of your target market to be the first thing that people see when they come here. Okay, got a bit of a surprise for you. I went into High Level's AI automated funnel builder, which is this fancy pants automated artificial intelligence funnel builder. I put in some basic details around your business. I think I just said Easy Bee Gardening, and I said it was a gardener service. And then I asked the AI to actually create the website and the funnel for me. And I want to share it with you because if for no other reason, it's going to give you some ideas and some inspiration. But here is what the software came up with. So unsurprisingly, or surprisingly, because it's based off best practices for marketing, this is kind of the design that I would like to see. There's some changes that I'm going to point out here, but like basically what we talked about. So logo in the top left, simple menu system like we've talked about. Schedule now, I'd probably put the phone number or the book now or the whatever the next step is. Again, main call to action. Dark text, easy to see. This background image is just what AI came up with. I would like something that is custom and unique to like a balcony garden, like what you have is more so. Then we've got some basic things here. We've got what we offer. Again, this might make it easier for me to be like balcony garden setup and custom design and this kind of other thing and this other thing and so on and so forth. Again, just making it really clear what it is that you do and who it's for. Testimonials, again, these are just populated by AI, so those aren't real. We can also ask people to leave a review, which is helpful. FAQs to answer any other questions, contact us with some more information. I mean, that's really it. In fact, I'm going to make sure that I copy this website over into my affiliate snapshot. So if you're interested, you can just copy it over into an account. This goes for anyone as well. Like if you're looking for website templates or landing pages or anything like that, I use this all the time. Not even necessarily the AI feature of High Level and the funnel design, but just the fact that it has templates for pretty much anything that I want to do. So for example, actually, let me just bust one out here real quick to show you what this looks like. So I'm just here inside of the funnel section of High Level. Again, I'll make sure to put a link down in the descriptions below for you to get an extended free trial of this. But I click new funnel. I built that last one with Funnel AI, but if I wanted to just browse around, I'd go from templates. And now I can look through all of these different websites for marketing agencies and real estate and builder construction and CRM plans and e-commerce and holistic wellness and life course creation. Essentially anything that you can think of. In fact, if I go to HVAC, you can see even here, actually, I've used this one before. I'm kind of a fan of this guy. Like all we really have to do is click on it. We change a few different pieces of text. Sometimes we'll swap out some of the images because they'll often look very stock. And then I just go continue and I can just install that website directly in. So of course, like I mentioned countless times, I'll make sure to put the link down in the descriptions below. On that note, let's move on to our third business to take a look at. All right, so our third business is Green Chair, and they are a copywriting agency. I was excited about this because copywriters and looking, essentially evaluating any other kind of marketer or copywriter or anything like that is always fun for me because you can be incredibly talented and skilled and have all of the tools of the trade. But when it comes to doing your own kind of marketing, there's often this blind spot that it's really hard to see. Even for myself, I pretty much always run my marketing through my friends and my colleagues. I'll hire people to take a look at them. I may not always agree with everything they say, but that valuable, unbiased second opinion and getting someone to see what the things that you can't see because you're so far into it is often very valuable. So that's what I was hoping to find here. And I think I did. So here's the deal. It's Green Chair Stories is the name. Love the logo, by the way. Think the font is super cool. But there's a problem right off the bat. Make your website as stunning as your photos and twice as effective. Oh, I changed this already. Hang on. These are all mine. Let's do this way. Da-da-da. I was busy ahead of time working on things. We'll write you a website that gets you booked. Cool. But look how small this is. Copywriting for photographers. In fact, the first time that I audited the website, I was looking through it a couple days ago, looking through everything. I didn't even really see that because I tend to scan things really quickly at first to see what jumps off the page. So we'll write you a website that gets you booked. Good, I guess. What if words on your site actually sounded like you? Good, I guess. And what if those exceptionally you words slid your very favorite clients into your DMs? Read inbox. Much better. So what ends up happening, and we're going to talk about this in just a second here, but like, do people care that their words sound like them? Or do they care that they sell? Right? Like, what's the priority here? It's nice that they sound like them. And of course, nobody wants to come off as fake or inauthentic or cheesy or salesy or anything like that. But like, they also want to sell. So what if there was a way to sell without selling, to write words that effortlessly delivered your ideal clients directly into your inbox? And that's why I really like this. I think that's cute and clever at the same time, but also smart. So we're going to stick with that. This is good. If writing your website makes you cry, throw things, scream, all good. That's good. I like a lot of this. Oh, I love this thing as well. Normally I'm not big on motions and stuff that takes place in the background of a website, but I thought this one was super cool. The kind of the stop motion effect. So it gets a pass. Again, wicked. I like this, that we have that. How many do we have though on here, right? If you remember from my previous thing, we've got 2. So I would call these like medium. They could border into long, depending, but like we probably need just a few more testimonials, ideally at least one more on it. Okay, so here's the biggest problem with the website right now. I'm not 100% sure that it's for photographers the second I show up on the page. So when I go to a page and I'm looking at it, it needs to be evident immediately above the fold that this is for me, for what I'm after, for photographers. I got cameras everywhere. I was going to hold one up as a prop and I just realized talking to my main one. Regardless, I need to know clearly this is for photographers, and I don't. I don't because this is a picture of someone on a computer, and this is a picture of stuff, but there's no picture of a photographer or a photographer talking to clients with their website in the background or clients being booked or anything like that. Like it's not very clear. Now, a bit of a mini spoiler because I already showed some of my cards. I rewrote a few of these lines here. So this is the original one. We'll write you a website that gets you booked. Okay, but like, we need to be more clear, it's for photographers. Your photos tell a story. Your website should too. We're getting closer. Make your website as stunning as your photos and twice as effective. Good-ish. Turn website visitors into paying photography clients with words that work. I like that one of the most. And then I've got something called the clear offer formula, which I'm going to show you the final example here. So we turn your photography website into a booking machine. Should have said client booking machine. So you can shoot more without chasing clients. Maybe not client booking machine. I'd play around with that. We turn your photography website into a booking machine so you can shoot more without chasing clients. This, I'd rather we use one of the pains that you know to be true for your audience. Like, what do they really hate? Because then we could put that. But let me hop over to the clear offer formula here for a second. And this is the clear offer that if you're ever in doubt with what to say on a website, an ad, a unique selling proposition, anything like that, it's like, we help X with Y so you can Z without W. Okay. Clear offer formula. We help X with Y. So we help target market with Y, what you do, benefit, the thing that you provide. So offer. So you can Z, this is outcome, without W, things they hate. That's it. Right there. That's a screenshot moment. Let me see if I can shrink that down to make it more, we'll fit it all in there. There we go. Screenshot moment. I'll pause. Awkward smile. Perfect. We help X with Y so you can Z without W. If you keep this in the front of your mind, anytime you're creating any kind of content, you will not steer too wrong. Where things tend to go sideways is when we start trying to be cute and clever and creative, and we sacrifice clarity for it. Then people show up on the website and they're not sure why. As a general rule of thumb, a clear, really well-written website is going to crush the pants off of a beautiful website that's fluffy and ambiguous and confusing, and I'm not really sure. So the things that we want to answer like immediately on any piece of marketing content, anything, is this for me? A story that I like to tell is I remember back when I started marketing forever ago, and I was talking to my mom about marketing, and she was talking about ads, and she's like, yeah, I don't know why people show me these ads. I never buy, they don't work for me. And I was like, that's because it's not for you. Right? Like you happen to be seeing the ad, but that ad is not for you, which is why it just goes right over you. But like if you're selling a camera and there's a photographer, they're going to pay attention. If you're selling a guitar and there's someone that plays guitar, they're going to probably pay attention because it's for them. Next, why do I care? Why do I care? Why should I care? Why do I care? Why should I care? What's in it for me? What's in it for me? One of the most valuable things that you can take away from studying marketing and applying these principles is that you become a significantly more empathetic person. You're able to relate to other people a lot better because you're always trying to think of what's in it for them. Why would they care? What is the value? What's the benefit? What's the takeaway? What's the thing that they want? Not what I want, because I'm not the target market in this case. I'm naturally biased because I'm the one selling the product. So you've really got to try to put yourself in your customer's shoes. Next, it's got to be super crystal clear. Like they need to be able to get this in about 1 second. Less thinking, better. In fact, there's this thing called the curse of knowledge, and this plagues a lot of people when they're creating marketing. But what ends up happening is we've got the expert, that's you over here, and then we have the customer down here. And on a scale of 1 to 10, this is the amount of knowledge and understanding and experience they have in the product or service or offer that you're selling. Now, what ends up happening 99 times out of 100 is you've got this level 10 knowledge and you're like, okay, well, you know what? I'm going to simplify it. I'm going to make it even more simple, and I'm going to bring it down to like a level, I don't know if this works out, but I'm going to bring it down to a level 5. The problem is your customer is unwilling to go to level 5. They might go to level 2, but probably not, which means that it's your job to simplify things even further. It's got to be so painfully, boringly simple that you get tired of talking about it, and everybody understands. So if you've ever been to a dinner party or you're out with friends, you're explaining what you do, and people don't like immediately get it, something's not quite right. Even worse, if you're explaining it to someone that could buy from you and they don't get it, warning bells everywhere. All right, let's take another look here. So copywriting for photographers, the big things that I would change is we've got to figure out our imagery, our messaging, all of this. I think the branding is on point. I really like the colors. They're classy and cool. I like the case studies. Now, the big question that we're trying to answer here is that sales have dried up and we don't have as much traffic coming in, which typically will bring us to some kind of traffic platform. So we're going to take a look at Instagram mainly, which is kind of one of the best places for photographers to go and hang out. All right, so let's take a look at Instagram, because when it comes to social media platforms, again, for photographers, this is going to be our main one here. So let's see what we have got and what we're working with and how we can improve it. Green share story is good. Like the logo. Bit of a side note here, but when it comes to agencies, businesses of any kind, people don't like doing business with businesses. They like doing business with people. So if we could find a way to put your face there, have you sitting in the green chair, have essentially anything that humanizes and personalizes the brand and the business, it will do better. 9 times out of 10, 99 times out of 100. Again, people just trust people more than they trust these faceless giant corporations, even if it's just you and a logo. So the process, the reviews, I'm going to assume those are all fine. The best investment I've made in my business, said by hundreds of our clients, want a website that converts. So I think what ends up happening here is we have a bit of confusion around the main offer that we're selling. So everything that I looked at on the website led me in this direction of like a website, and we write website copy for photographers, which I think is probably the strongest move. Certainly more profitable than doing, say, social media or email marketing or things that we know as marketers are incredibly valuable, but like most small business owners don't necessarily. In fact, selling content marketing and content writing services, challenging. Selling website, one of the easier things to do. So websites, website copy, making sure that it's all designed well. That's where I think the money is. So want a website that converts is good, but I'd be like, want a website that converts more photography clients? I don't mind this, but I think we could do better still with like, what is it that we do? Why do they care? Again, kind of coming back to this, like, is this for me? Why do I care? What's in it for me type of thing. I think we could tweak that a little bit. In fact, give me half a second here. Okay. I came to ChatGPT for this. I was curious what it could do. I used a bunch of typos. Make all this a better Instagram and bio. And then I copied and pasted yours. Copywriters for photographers, blah, 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 blah. What they said was copywriters for photographers. Again, I kind of want to pick this apart. We'll talk about that in a second. The best investment I made in my business, hundreds of happy clients. Ready for a website that books more clients? I like that. I think I said something similar to that, but like ready for a website that gets more photography clients or whatever it is. That's good. And then we have the link going right below. This is fine. I might make it more clear. So it's like, we help you get more photography clients or fill your photography business with ideal clients or discover how to da 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 da. The thing that I really want to pick apart though is this part here, this copywriters for photographers. And the reason that I want to pick it apart is because not a lot of photographers know what copywriting is. Not a lot of business people, not a lot of marketers even often know what copywriting is. They wonder if it's like copyright law, like am I going to get copyright sued? They don't know that it means like marketing writing. So it's a very specific and very niche thing where we'd probably be better off coming with like high converting websites for photographers. We create websites with the words and the images and the design that sell, that book you appointments, that get you more photography clients, etc. Copywriters is just a challenging word. Even those that say they know what it is may or may not, or know the value of it. So it's very digital marketing, online marketing kind of thing, and it's going to be tricky. So I'm not against it, but it's challenging. Okay, let's take a look at some of our stuff here as well. Reels are good, 11.2 thousand, perfect. So what we're looking for here is anything that beats this, which means that it's being shown to people beyond our market. So with 8,900 followers, a reel that gets like 11,000, good, 11,000, good. Do we have any like crazy outliers, which would be neat to see? 26,000. Let's keep looking. I'm always scared when I look over these. I'm going to find anything terrifying. But I think we're good. So, okay. And then we're kind of averaging again without too many outliers down here. So it seems like you kind of really dialed things in recently, which is cool. And I like that. 10,000. When you've been teaching photographers how to write better copy for 10 years. So again, good, but I'm always cautious. Again, that word copywriting, the reason it keeps coming back to me and just like kicking me in the face is that you might get more copywriters looking at your stuff for ideas and inspiration than you will photographers. So I had a mentor once. It was the CEO of Nightingale Conant, one of the big self-help publishing guys. And he was sort of getting on my case about talking about leads. Cause I was like, I'll get you more leads and we'll generate leads and we'll do all this stuff with leads. And he's like, yeah, he's like, you know what they want? They want sales. They want customers. They don't want leads. They don't want clicks. They don't want traffic. They don't want all that. And I keep thinking, I was like, you know what a photographer doesn't want is like better copy. It's like nobody wakes up in the morning and it's like, man, I wish I had better copywriting. Like then my life would be good. It's like, no, they want appointments. They want sales. They want customers. They want shoots. They want all of those things. So I'd be cautious of the term. I think I've beat it up enough. The other thing I would do is I'd go back through these reels that have anything more than, let's say 5,000. We'll use that as our guide. 5,000. Make a list of like the top 20 of them that have over 5,000. Oh, there was a 30,000 in there. Make a list of the 60,000. When I see a photographer put their bio right under their hero image of their site, look at that. See, not talking about copywriting. We're talking about general marketing principles for photographers. Look at that. Hang on. Perfect. Okay, good. We need to remake these now. So starting with this one, because it's got a lot, you can take a quick look through here. 23,000. That one probably has to get redone. Like anything with more than like 5,000, let's remake them and let's re-record them. So you don't have to do it exactly the same, but keep it really close to the original one and repost them and then remake it again and keep going. Because that's going to bring in traffic. Also, what's our posting cadence right now? 2 days. And then this one is 6 days. And this one is 1 week. So we're like 1 to 2 a week. How long? 1 week. It looks like you were good on that week. 2 weeks. Okay. So if I were to issue you a challenge, I would say that I want like a reel a day. Like a reel a day. The other thing that I want you to do is start reaching out to photographers and giving them complimentary marketing audits. So if I were to open up a photographer website, actually we're still in Charlotte. Charleston? Oh, we're in Charleston. Let's do that. Charleston. And I'm going to spell it wrong and have it full of typos as I write around my microphone. There we go. Photographer Charleston. And I'm going to find, ideally not the top ones. So I'll click more businesses. And we're just going to open a few here. These all have a lot of ratings. So I'm going to come down a bit. See if I can find ones that just don't look totally optimized. Then I'm going to look through here and I'm going to make complimentary audits for them. And I'll be like, hey, here from this company doing this thing, just was looking over your website the other day as I was looking for photographers in Charleston. Just saw a couple things that just wanted to point out to you real quick I thought would help. It's kind of been helping our clients generate more sales. The first of which is like, what you may not know is that most people, when they're looking for a photographer, the very first thing they look for is XYZ. I noticed that it's not present here right above the fold. I mean, the images are beautiful, like absolutely amazing work, but I'd have that call to action button here, maybe a couple more tips, keep it below 2 to 3 minutes, then send it to them. Oh, by the way, if you have any questions, feel free to just let me know. Happy to talk about this stuff. I live it and love it, etc. Same thing here, same thing there. And that is that. So I hope you found that useful and enjoyable. You're able to apply those tips not only to your business, but to any business that you decide to use these with. The beauty of marketing is that the principles and the fundamentals are universal. So you can take all of this and truly make sure to put it into action and keep me posted. Let me know in the comments below which worked well, which you'd like some more explanation on. And of course, make sure that you're on the email list so that you can be a part of these next round of audits and of roasts, of which I genuinely enjoyed making. And I hope you got as much value out of them and had as much fun as I did. 2 other quick notes. Number 1, you'll find that link to High Level and all of my snapshots and templates and frameworks and all that down in the descriptions below this video. And otherwise, if you're looking for even more marketing tips and tricks and strategies and tools and tactics and all of that fun stuff, got a video linked up right here. So feel free to check that out next, and I'll see you in there in just a second.